AF guys, it's Friday, February 23rd, 2018. My name is Sean Patrick Hillman. I'm the CEO of Hill Story Marketing, and this is the Daily Mix TV. So in marketing, like any other sector, you've got trends. So-called influencers have been trending for a while now, a little too long if you ask me. And most of them are literally young people who figured out a way to gain followers through clickbait or acting out or cheap stunts, those kinds of things. Now, of course, there are exceptions, and those exceptions are young phenoms who've done something different in their lives from their generation counterparts. There was a young man who literally created five-star meals in the kitchen in his home, and it caught on like wildfire because he was cooking on YouTube. So he's an influencer that I get, and that makes sense. But then there are those influencers who are famous for being famous, or they're part of a famous family. So, as an example, one of the Kardashian clan, and yes, I actually do refer to them as that, Kylie Jenner is one of those influencers. Now, let me give credit where it is due. So, Jenner is part of the Kardashian family, and she was famous because she was part of that family. But she actually did something interesting with her fame from a business point of view. She's launched a brand that's, catching like wildfire. She's done a lot of fashion and beauty forward things that are brilliant from a business and marketing perspective. So I give her credit for that. She's got about 24.5 million Twitter followers. And she was part of a group of influencers that basically helped to build Snapchat's audience for them. Now, I bring this up because, frankly, it appears that Jenner is solely responsible for Snapchat's parent, Snap Inc., losing $1.5 billion in market value because of a tweet. As you can see on your screen, she asked if anyone else had stopped using Snapchat. Well, clearly the market got the message and turned on the once darling of social platforms. Never, ever, ever turn your back on these folks. They're opportunists at best, con artists at the worst. Interestingly enough, Jenner followed up that tweet with another later, declaring that, quote, "Still love you though, Snap, my first love." Okay, cheap attempt to recover if you ask me. And I have to assume that either a publicist, an agent, or a manager called her and said, "Oh my God, I just got a screaming phone call from Snap. You got to post something or change your stance on this stat." All right, my point in all of this is that if you're going to use influencers in any way whatsoever, make sure you've accounted for every possible issue in your agreement with that influencer. Put a line in the contract that prevents them from disparaging your brand or your business in any way at any time in perpetuity. I'm part of a forum on Facebook for marketers and publicists. Literally every day, every other day, I'm seeing publicists and other marketers post that they had to deal with an influencer who screwed them over, or they backed out at the last minute, or they paid the money to endorse a brand and then they ended up trashing the brand. I mean, it's terrible. And, it's a few really greedy con artist type influencers that are ruining it for the rest of them. And the problem inherent to this is there's no oversight, there's no audit, there's no nothing. So if you're going to do business with an influencer, insist on an audited follower track. You want to make sure that they don't have bots and multipliers in their Twitter followers or their Instagram followers or their Facebook likes. You want to make sure that they actually are real. Now, the reality is that influencers today are really not all that different to the teen heartthrobs of the 50s and 60s, as an example, or the boy bands of the 80s and 90s. They command a huge following. The only real difference is that in today's world, an influencer doesn't necessarily have to have any actual skill. They don't need to be the most beautiful man or woman you've ever seen. They don't need to do anything in life other than live it with a little flair. And technology has made these people even more powerful. Just remember, folks, with great power comes even greater responsibility, something these people often forget. So tread lightly and cautiously and make sure you literally have a bulletproof agreement with these folks. Consult your attorney to make sure that you've got everything covered. Naked, the brand, today announced the launch of Naked Fruit, Nut, and Veggie Bars, extending the brand beyond their premium juices and smoothies for the first time into the realm of a very hot category, nutrition bars. The all-new line of chilled snack bars is the latest product innovation from Naked. The products are packed with premium ingredients, including actual real fruit and vegetables, and they're available in 3 flavors: Blue Machine, Green Machine, and Red Machine. Naked fruit, nut, and veggie bars contain no preservatives, they're non-GMO projects verified, and they're great sources of vitamins A, C, E, and iron. Look, I love it when brands like Naked expand into other product segments. It's a terrific brand having survived the test of time, and they're still roaring. Brand extensions like this are really essential in helping to grow the bottom line and to extend the life and influence of the overall brand. So kudos to Naked. I love the way that you guys have managed your business over the years, and I can't wait to see what the results from this new product push are going to be. Just judging by how you've run your marketing platforms and how you've run your business over the years, I can see this being a success. So I wish you guys the best of luck. On the other side of the coin, QSR, a loyal customer can actually make all the difference to your bottom line. So it's no surprise then that Subway is launching a new loyalty program called My Way Rewards. It's debuting next month. The My Way Rewards program is allegedly designed, and I use the word allegedly for a reason, to be a customized experience for consumers, according to their chief digital officer, Carissa Ganelli. Now, customers can enroll in the program through the company's app and their website, and they'll earn tokens with every purchase. So members will earn 4 tokens for every dollar spent. 200 tokens translates into $2 of purchase credit. So basically that means you got to spend $50 to get $2 back. That's ridiculous. And then there's going to be bonus tokens around occasions like your birthday. All right, guys, there is nothing innovative, interesting, different, new about this loyalty program at all. As a matter of fact, I think it's actually, I think it's negative. I think they're going backwards. I'd rather go back to the old days of the old Subway ticket punch cards, where if you purchase 10 sandwiches, you get 1 free. So that basically translates, you spend $50, you get 5 back. All right, it's a hell of a lot higher value. It's simpler, it's better, and the customer feels a little like they've gotten a little more. In my opinion, look, this is just another way that Subway's screwing over its customers and its franchisees. I mean, seriously, think about this. The franchisees, they take a hit every time corporate does something foolish. Now, the reason why this is important, in franchising, for those that don't understand or don't know, in franchising, you've got Subway, right? They sell a franchise to a business operator. That business operator pays, $250, $500, $1,000, whatever the initial fee is. And then they pay royalties every single day on a percentage of the sales. So that's how franchising works. Now, the issue I have is corporate can make decisions without approval of the franchisees, and it immediately affects their business. As an example, they increased the price on the footlong after the whole Jared Fogle pedophile incident occurred. And I mean, sales were already going down into the basement. Then they increased by $1 to $6 footlongs instead of $5 footlongs, right? And because they failed to handle the Jared Fogle situation properly, let alone honestly, franchisees took a major hit. Many of them actually closed. And why? Because corporate couldn't be bothered to do the right thing. I used to love Subway, but they became one of the single most irresponsible, dishonest, and disgraceful companies I had ever seen, just purely based on how they handled the Jared Fogle situation. I mean, the upper exec knew about it, but did nothing. And then when they were all called to the carpet, they all quit. So, okay, I get it. You don't want to go to jail. You don't want to pay a fine, all of those things. But you know what? Your consumer sentiment goes into the basement when things like that happen. Consumer sentiment goes down, your sales drop dramatically. And this new loyalty program, yeah, it's not going to bring customers like me back either. So that earns Subway the shake of my damn head of the week. Guys, shame on you for this. You could do so much better, and you could actually bring back a brand that people used to honestly love. Now, yeah, after becoming the butt of late night jokes and everything else, unfortunately, you guys just keep making these kinds of mistakes. And your price parity, which is just all over the place right now, they keep dropping prices, putting promos up, dropping prices, raising them. It's crazy. It's a roller coaster ride of brand mistakes. And ultimately, it's going to end up hurting the bottom line in a much bigger way, especially when your stock continues to go down. Now, it looks like the folks at Atlanta's Coca-Cola company just can't help themselves. Guys, in full disclosure, I've done work with Coca-Cola over the years. I love the company. I've been a Diet Coke drinker since I was a little boy, and I still drink it to this day, and I drink it multiple times a day. But I get concerned when a company continues to add so many new changes into their product mix. So in this case, Coca-Cola is adding 2 new flavors to their core line, their full sugar core line. And they're called Georgia Peach and California Raspberry. The company is also rumored to be adding a green apple Fanta to its fruit-flavored soda line next year. Now, Coca-Cola said the peach and raspberry flavors are basically a local twist on the original Coke, and I think that's great. They're made with cane sugar, so you don't have any real additives like no aspartame or anything like that. They're going to be available in the little 12-ounce bottles starting next month, so this March. Now, look, I love flavor extensions, as I've said a few times. We talked a little bit about this yesterday with respect to consumer packaged goods in the snack aisle. But when you release this many flavor variants along your number 1 and 2 brands, so Coke and Diet Coke, you really are asking for trouble. I mean, Diet Coke and the new packaging variant only released less than a month ago. So in this case, you're literally looking at a potential of core product sales suffering as a result of this. So what do I mean? Like I said yesterday, when you release multiple flavors, it takes away from your core sales. So Diet Coke, in other words, in the 20-ounce bottles or the 16-ounce cans or 8-ounce cans and so on, what ends up happening is people go into the store, they look at new flavors like the lime, the orange, the mango, and the raspberry, and they're like, okay, well, let me try this. But that means they're not buying the original product anymore. That means they're buying a new flavor. So that takes away from the core sale. So they're not buying the core and a flavor. It's going to be one or the other. And if they really like it, then they're going to transition to the flavor and they're not going to buy the core, which means sales are going to start to slide. That's a big problem right now. So it's better to take a cautiously optimistic approach to the market and release on a longer schedule. I mean, again, they just released the Diet Coke flavor variants last month. They just did a full repack last month. So now they've got these 2 new flavors coming out, and I'm a little concerned. I wish them the best of luck. Coca-Cola is very good about releasing new products usually. But in this case, I have a feeling they may have taken on a little more than they can drink. My name is Sean Patrick Hillman. I'm the CEO of Hill Story Marketing. I'm also the editor-in-chief of the Daily Mix TV. Have a great weekend, guys. We'll catch you on Monday.